Hello Virgo, hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading for the month of October. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you already. Thank you. I appreciate your clicks. I appreciate your thumbs up and being in the comments. I just want to get to know who you are. Whether you just leave me an emoticon, I don't care what it is. I just want to know your energy is there. And I want to know what energies I'm reading for, and that's the truth of it. So thank you so much for your participation. And I am reading for Virgo and Capricorn once a month at this time. Thank you for all the attention on the last video. And once we get a bigger crew, I will start reading more often. So that thumbs up is imperative. And it's going to cause me to bring more readings to the platform here. All right. Here we go. I'm going to read for Capricorn first. So Virgo, if you wouldn't mind scooting along, I'll be with you in just a second. All right, here we go, Capricorn. This is for you. This is for the month of October. Tell me what's coming up for Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Capricorn, if you're interested in a private read, just go into the description. All right. We start with request. Interesting. Early in the month, you're going to get some sort of a request, Capricorn. It feels like somebody either wants to forgive you or you are going to make a request with someone else. Can I speak with you? I just want to forgive you. Or I feel like it's either you feel like you require the forgiveness or you want to give it, one of the two. Mid-month, you're revisiting something that you've been watching. So maybe something you've been watching online. Maybe you've been watching this person online. Either you're going to receive it or give the forgiveness, but it says he observed to revisit. So it feels like you've been watching someone, waiting for the right time possibly to talk to someone, to speak with someone, or to contact them. We've got relax and ponder. Okay. Ponder isn't one that I've seen out of this deck yet. I see a lot of heal. I see a lot of freedom. What else do we have? Empathy. The flow. There it is. That's the deal. So it is something to do with some sort of forgiveness or releasing of a hard energy. So it's like even if you don't speak to this person face to face, I feel like you're putting in a request with the universe. Please, I just want to give forgiveness to this person. I understand their plight from their side. And, you're just going to be willing to move forward after that. Because it does say here in the future energy, heal, freedom, empathy, and flow. I feel like your ability to free yourself enough to get some empathy for the other person as to why they may have done what they did. And I think you're just healing it here. It's going to allow you to get back in the flow. And the flow is where you want to be, because you don't want to be a traffic cop. You don't want to be in the doorway trying to direct traffic, telling people who to sit down and stay, and trying to get people not to leave. That's not who you are. And it doesn't help you anyway, right? It doesn't help you. Oh, new deck alert, by the way. I've been telling everybody else, I'll tell you, it's the ritual, the Dream Ritual Oracle is what it is. And it's really lovely energy. Really lovely. All right. So something to do with some forgiveness. Somebody is either watching you or you're watching them. Take it as it resonates. But there is some watching going on here. I feel like someone's observing the other person and they're waiting for the right time to strike, the right time to revisit this situation. With ponder and relax. I think this is telling you, ponder, right? Think about those things that you maybe have observed. Think about those things. Think about the reasons why you're making the request with the universe to just give it up, let it go, get into the flow, right? Forgive and not forget, because you can never forget that you were in that cycle. If you forget it, you will repeat it. So just don't get into that cycle again. Let's talk more about this. Let's get some tarot. Tell me about Capricorn. What are we using? All right. Here we go. This is for you, Capricorn. 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 Tell me about Capricorn, please, for the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're cross-watching a Capricorn, thanks for doing that. If you are a Capricorn, please let me know what your placement is. What is your Capricorn placement? Let me know in the comments. All right, here we go. All right, that one wanted to come out. We've got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Request. So I feel as though you're not making the request. I feel someone wants to make the request of you. Will you please forgive me? That's what it feels like. It feels like something ended, and it ended horribly and harshly. Yeah, really. The energy that I'm getting from the Ace of Swords and then the Ten of Swords is giving me, yeah, like it was one fell swoop. It feels like whoever ended it didn't care. They just did it cold, really cold and detached. Like, it's like, yeah, maybe it's been 20 years we together, but I'm out. Thanks. It was pretty cold. So I think that somebody is going to ask for forgiveness, is what I think. This month, probably earlier in the month than later, I would say around the first or second week. Tell me about the revisit and observe. I feel like you're going to allow this person to come around, or someone's going to allow you to go around for this forgiveness thing here. Revisit. We're still attracted to each other. That's what that feels like. We have observe. So the universe is asking you to use your intuition, right? Look, I feel what it feels like here is that something ended terribly. It feels like we had a really big fight. Everything blew up. It was all chaos. And, that's what it feels like. A character assassination. It feels like it wasn't like, okay, I think we're done. It's time to go. It was like, yeah, I think it was like fireworks. And I want to say that the person that is making the request to ask for forgiveness is the person who ended it. But they ended it in such a way that it was very, very cold, detached, like they didn't really care. And this person is coming back and asking for some sort of passionate connection here. I feel like this person is coming to tell you, or to send you a message to tell you that they're still attracted to you. I want you to use your intuition here, because the High Priestess doesn't show up for no reason, right? The High Priestess shows up when things have been quiet. Things have been, there's secrets here. Yeah, I want you to use your gut, Capricorn, because there are secrets here. This person is coming back because they're coming back as a Page of Wands. They're sending you, hey, baby, messages. So it feels like a booty call. And so it feels like somebody's coming back just for the passion here. You really use your gut. This person's been kind of watching you. So maybe you're just newly single and this person is coming into your life like immediately. They could be someone who is a Leo. They could be someone who's Piscean. I really think this is your intuition. Whatever you have been observing, whatever you've been watching, if you've been watching socials on somebody and they're acting a fool, please know that they're acting a fool and they haven't changed. So they're going to come in with a lot of fun, flirty attitude, and they're going to try and get back into your life or try and smooth things over, try and ask for forgiveness. They're going to want to give it a shot again. Please use your intuition. Because I feel there's a lot of things that you've been observing, things that you've seen here that are of note. And I don't think this person has changed. And the Page of Wands, I feel, is the person who probably is responsible for the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like we didn't talk, or we stopped talking, or it's like they didn't even really give a reason, or maybe you felt it, but nothing was really said. And then they just ended it. Something happened that just stopped us from talking. We just stopped altogether. There was an ending. Tell me about relax. We've got the Star. So it is time to relax. It's time for healing. I feel like as you get into the end of the month, I feel like this goes down kind of mid-month is what I want to say. It goes down sort of around mid-month, and the thing is that we have a couple of eclipses going on in October as well, right? So I feel like you're going to make a lot of your decisions based on, endings of chapters. So I feel like you need to be quietly observing somebody and how they're acting or reacting after the end, because I think this person isn't done with you yet. And I feel like what you need to do by the end of the month, because you're dealing with this stuff, I feel like you really need to work on healing the self. And that means that if it's a relationship that broke you, if it is, then I feel like it's the self that you must heal, the emotional self. And, you know, it's a healing that comes from the universe. You're not going to heal it by getting into another relationship. You're not going to heal it by getting into another friends with benefits. You're not going to heal it that way. The only way you can heal it is by being by yourself, listening to the universe, meditation, maybe a little bit of yoga, relax. Whatever it takes for you to relax and be with yourself and do some healing, that's what you need to do. The person who is on the car of the star is here by themselves at night in the wilderness, trying to heal, trying to balance. It feels like this energy is what you're supposed to be doing. So it feels like you're supposed to be spending time by yourself. And it doesn't have to be in the wilderness. But you know what I mean? It feels like this card is full of like violet and like deep violet colors, which is the third eye. We've got blues, we've got greens. It's like hearts opening, throat chakras opening. We're seeing things clearer now. And don't let anybody rock that. Don't let anybody come into your beautiful, healing, relaxing time with you and don't let anybody rock that. I think this is what you're learning at the middle of the month in October. Tell me about ponder. It's about time you did some thinking on something. Pondering. Tell me what the ponder's for. I feel like you're living in some emotional chaos, and that stands to reason. If something did end here, or if something is ending this month, for some of you, maybe this hasn't even happened yet, right? Because we are going over the month of October. So I feel like pondering is, I want to say that there's many cups here, and they're all full of emotions. So I want to say you might be reflecting or thinking about past relationships, people that you have connected to in a heartfelt way. It feels like you're thinking about the things that feel essential in your life in terms of emotion. For those of you that this isn't a relationship, like if this isn't your scenario, it does feel like the mid-month energy does feel like you have been watching something, trying to use your gut as to whether or not you're going to start it back up again. Whatever that is, whatever you're going to revisit. Because this is some sort of energy that's fire energy. It's kind of like your passions. You're kind of holding back your passions to listen to your gut before you make a decision about something you've been watching, whether it's the stock market or the neighbor. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. We have the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So Two of Swords, when it's in the upright for me, it's like I don't want to see things for what they are. I don't want to see the situation for what it is. And so I'm just going to avoid it for now. It's a block, right? I don't want to get hurt. I'm not making any decisions. To me, when it comes up in the reverse, it then is about a decision made. But right now it's a block. And look, it's blocking the Empress. So if you are Capricorn, you are the Empress, right? Yeah, the Empress. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, and the Queen of Pentacles is the one who is emulating the Empress. She's acting as though she already is the Empress. And so she's manifesting your energy, right? There she is. They come up together here. We're talking about them. They heard us talking about them and they came into the room. So I feel as though that there is some sort of a decision that somebody has to make. I want to say that you're going to make it. The decision is yours, and I feel that there is a block right now about something. It feels like the block is, do I walk away for good? Do I walk away and go and find the other two cups? I think that's the decision you're making. I feel your decision is this. I feel like you're kind of over being in the Eight of Cups, being in places where it feels like being with people in relationships that really aren't focused on finding the other two cups together. Because it feels like somebody here is, the energy that's transforming is somebody is walking away from this relationship, which I think happened here, because they think that they can find something better elsewhere. And they think they can do it while partying, I think. It feels like celebration is here, and it could be that this is, the Eight of Cups is transformed here. It feels like somebody has decided, I gotta go. It's the end. Yeah, I think that's the decision that's coming up here for you. You could be the person that I'm talking about, but somebody has already possibly made the decision that they're going to go. Okay. As I was saying about about to talk about the Empress in reverse here. So I feel like the Empress is in reverse because we don't see the Queen of Swords. For me, whenever an Emperor or an Empress is in reverse, it seems logical to me as an energetic reader that when the Empress is in reverse, that one of the queens is out of whack. When the Emperor comes up in the reverse, same thing. One of the kings is out of whack. I feel because we're looking at the Two of Swords, someone who's in a block and not able to make a decision. This is communication. This is connection. What's going on in the head. The Empress, I feel, is having issues with the Queen of Swords energy. Yeah, I feel like someone needs to liberate themselves in order to not have this Empress in reverse. The Empress in reverse isn't really abundant. Like, she's forgetting her worth, forgetting how abundant she is, forgetting how hard she worked to learn all the lessons of all the queens. It's almost like a forgetting of self here. And there is a block here. It feels like right now you might be struggling to speak up and say what you want because you're scared of retribution of what people around you might say. And I say, do it. It's going to give you the most balance you'll ever have in your life. Look, I'm not saying it won't be lonely. I'm not saying there's not going to be people who aren't going to agree with you. You're going to find those all the time, and some of them might be the people you love the most. But if you want to be happy, you got to start taking charge of some stuff here, right? It's time to get out of that Two of Swords and time to make the decision to just ease on down the road. The whiz, right? That's what I just heard. We're going to ease on down the road. Yep, there we go. I feel like that's what you're going to do. Just ease on down the road. I think you're kind of over this situation. All right, let's clarify a little bit. So the end of the month, I feel, is full of healing and relaxation, pondering. I feel like you are actually taking care of yourself. I think the healing is here. We have Aquarius energy here, and I think I already said that we have Piscean energy here as well. We saw the Empress, who is Taurus and Libra, saw her on the bottom of the deck. Also on the bottom of the deck, we saw the Queen of Pentacles, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. All right, tell me about this request for forgiveness, please. Tell me about this request for forgiveness. I can just see the comments lighting up. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups. Look, somebody is coming back trying to say sorry. Sorry that it ended this way. Now, the thing is I'm looking at swords, and the Ace of Swords is in the reverse. To me, this is someone who really doesn't give a crap if you like what they have to say. I'm going to tell you what I want to tell you. I'm not really here for any clarity. Do you know what I mean? It's almost a little bit one-sided. So the person who's making the request is making it because they have something to say. And they don't really care if you have something to say or not. Somebody's coming in and saying sorry. We have the Three of Pentacles, but can we still be friends? Are we still friends? There's the Seven of Cups. Look, you're pondering the Seven of Cups at the end of the month. You're trying to heal whatever communications, connections, heartfelt things of the heart, the energies of emotions, feeling overwhelmed, thinking about it all. But you know what? You have to go through it in order to heal it. So we have the Seven Cups here. We have the Three of Cups. Look, I feel like this person is coming to tell you sorry, but what I want to say is that they're not going to say it in any particular kind way. It's going to be like, I'm sorry you feel that way kind of crap, right? And then we've got the Seven of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. I feel like this person, when they realize that you're not budging, that you're not taking them back, I feel like this person goes into the Seven of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. But look, we liked each other at some point. Don't we love each other? Like, I really love you. I'm really in love with you. Am I just going to be your friend? Do we have a foundation? Like, somebody starts like backpedaling. Yeah. And it feels a little bit overwhelming. I think they're throwing a lot of their emotional energy at you. And that's why I also think that the Ace of Swords is in the reverse here. Yeah, you're not letting this person back in. I think that what they want is they want to revisit the passion that you guys had in the relationship, because I feel like they're, I think you know this. You might have already been observing them from a distance, or maybe somebody's been telling you something about them. I think that you already know this, that why the reason is that they're coming back here. And they're coming back with Page energy. I think this person also is seeing other people, that they're probably back dating again since the ending of this, and they want to know if they're kind of dipping their toe in the pool to see if you're completely disgusted with them and won't even text back or answer the door. This person might be coming back to tell you they just want to be friends because they're dating other people. We have the Four of Wands. Yeah, somebody wants to revisit it. Look, if you lived with this person or had been talking about engagement or taking your relationship to the next level, I feel like this person is coming back to try and revisit that. I think that you know already in your gut that they're on the way back. We have Justice here. So somebody is coming in wanting to balance the scales here. They want to have... they've learned their lesson about the Four Wands, it feels. That's what they're going to tell you, is that they've learned their lesson about the Four Wands, that they really do want that with you. They want to be in a happy relationship and celebrating, and let's amalgamate our families, or let's live under one roof. I feel like they're going to tell you that that was kind of like the best time of their life when they were with you, and they felt like they had justice. They were learning lessons. They were, fulfilling karmic duties, right? They were learning a lot of things when they were with you. And I don't think that's something that they ever told you before. But this is somebody who I do believe is also coming back because they can't find anybody to fulfill their impulsive, passionate stuff. And I think that you were the one that is the one that they keep thinking about, because they remember, they want to revisit this fun, flirty, passionate time that you two had. So we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is coming up with Justice. So I feel that you already know. Look, we have the High Priestess, who is psychic, so you might have some water in the chart, or maybe you're just a psychic sister or brother who is tethered to the earth like me. I'm a Taurus sun. So because you do have the ability to, like the earth signs, what people always look at the water signs for the vibrational psychic stuff, but the earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, are all very psychic, very tethered to the ground, right? Tethered to the universe. The Hanged Man here tells me that I think you're going to consider it. I think you're going to try and look at it from this person's point of view. What happens here? Tell me what the Justice is. What is the thing that is justified? Five of Swords. You realize that this person's never going to change. And I think you want to take them back. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt, or you want to see it from their side with the Hanged Man energy. And I think you've had time to think about this person, what you would say if they came back and said, look, I'm sorry, can we get back together? I think you already knew that this person was coming back for that. The Five of Swords for me as a reader is indicative of we're never going to resolve this. You have a fundamental difference from me as it pertains to our foundation. So we have fundamental differences. You want one thing, I want the opposite thing, and we can't come to a consensus. The Five of Swords is it goes round and round and round, and we end up living in lack in our minds and the way we speak to each other. I think that you realize that this person's never going to change. Yeah, whatever request they're making to you, Capricorn, is falling on deaf ears. Yeah, I feel like you're way more focused probably on the Three Cups than you are on anybody's offer. It feels like you're just going to snooze on it. I don't think you're going to take the offer. I think that you are going back to the drawing board. The 3 cups are here. I feel like right now is going to be, like in the middle of the month, is going to be time spent with friends, possibly going out to social events, that, you know, whatever it takes for you to be able to heal this thing. But I think like as you get into the end of the month here, I feel like you really are serious about the healing. So you're no longer using parties and drinking and having fun with friends to soothe your soul. Now I feel like you start to get into the real crux of it here. We've got the star energy, right? You get connected to the universe. You start feeling a little more balanced, and you're looking at that 7 of Cups and how this person presented it to you. I think that you're also pondering on past relationships or relationships in general, but I think ultimately it's just an overwhelm of feelings as you try and ponder. But I just want to say that I feel like an illusion is falling for you. And so that's the hard thing, right? Because the 7 of Cups can also be that you're cutting through the illusion. I see this is Aquarius energy. And for me, it's a total sword. It's the Ace of Swords for me. So it's like somebody's cutting through all of this emotional crap as they decide to hide away and heal themselves just a little bit. I think it's you, my friend. Tell me about this relax. Yeah, I think that you're going to spend time focusing on the things that make you happy instead of focusing on what makes everyone else happy. So the 9 of Cups is here as your wish fulfillment. I feel like that's telling me your wish fulfillment is going to come from taking care of you, from healing you, paying attention to you and your source, being connected to whatever source it is. We've got the 5 of Cups. Got a lot of cups. I'm going to say at the end of the month, Capricorn, it's quite emotional for you. The end of the month is going to be an emotional purge for you. We do have an eclipse coming up. I think it's partial, but we have an eclipse coming up, and that's, you know, eclipses are for removing things from your life. As you know, as we roll up to the full moons, yes, absolutely, it's about closing chapters, closing cycles. But the eclipses are like, we're cutting this out. We're not going back here. We're done. And so I think that there is some regret. I think that's what you're pondering about. There's some regret because you know that this person is your soulmate. They feel like that. And if you've never had to pull away from a soulmate, bravo to you. But pulling away from a soulmate is about the worst experience I've ever had in my life, because we don't understand how strong those soul bonds are until we try and cut the cord, right? It's really, really tough. So I want to say that the 5 of Cups is here is sadness, and the 6 of Cups is here is the sadness that there is the 6 cups, and that there is sadness that this thing didn't work out, because you know that this person, whoever is coming back to ask you for forgiveness, this person is never going to change, and you know that. And in order to be happy, you have to realize this. You have to realize that it is a soulmate that's never going to change, and that's the sad part. I think you're going to heal from it, to be honest, my friend. There we go. There is the Lovers. Sorry. Okay, what? I'll do this, and then I'll put this here. There we go. Gotta keep it PG for y'all. Okay, so the Lovers. Look, I feel like there's something really beautiful coming, and I keep telling you guys that you have more than one soulmate, right? So please understand, you have more than one soulmate, and I would rather be with a healed karmic than a broken soulmate. It feels like this person doesn't really know how to regulate their thoughts and pours all of their crap out on you. There is one coming here that I feel is more emotional and less swordsy for you. It doesn't mean you were dealing with someone who is an air sign, but it could be someone who is very cold and detached, or just very detached in general. Look, I feel like you need to heal, because the healing is going to bring in another soulmate, but it's going to bring in a soulmate on a different vibration, because when you heal, you move to a different vibration. You got to get through this. You got to be able to see your worth. You have to do it for you. You've got to get that Queen of Swords in order. I feel like the Queen of Swords is the one who's been liberated, and it's time for you to start speaking up, not only to this person, but in life in general. I don't care if it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, or your best friend down the street. This is something that, in order for it not to happen again, the cycle not to to go through another cycle again is to learn the lesson. And I think it's only learned in the healing if you're willing to do that. I do feel like that there is going to be a choice that you're going to have, an emotional choice between a lot of people. I feel like it's not only just two, but it's a choice in love. You have so much beautiful energy, so much that you're learning here, right? 5, 6, 7. There's a crescendo of emotion, and you need to purge it. You need to purge it in order to change your vibration. And when you do, here comes the one on the white horse. Possibly someone who is a King of Pentacles, possibly a Taurus, or Virgo or Capricorn, because this is a general reading. And there's Virgo, you're Capricorn, there's Taurus. All the earth signs are following each other. So spend some time in hermit mode. That is self-care mode. That is self-discovery mode. Figuring out who you are, what your needs are. And once you know what your needs are, you're never going to deal with that again. You're never going to take that back. Nope, your vibration will be higher. You'll be out of that vibration. All right, going to go for now, Capricorn. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. Thank you for that beautiful energy. And I'll be back to see you next month. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, Virgo. Elsie here to do your reading for the month of October. How are you, Virgo? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Thank you if you were one of the ones who offered a thumbs up and comments and such in the last video. I appreciate your attention on the last video. So I'm here to do a reading for you, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is for the month of October. And as we collect more Virgo and Capricorns in this tribe, I will then start reading more often. I just need to get a decent audience here in the monthlies. So here we go. Let's take a look here, Virgo. This is for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is for the month of October. If you're cross-watching a Virgo, thank you. All right, here we go. Let's go. So we've got a new deck here. The deck is called the Dream Ritual Oracle. So we're starting with that. So right now we have purpose and create. Interesting. The create is like, it's like something is in the midst of creation and is not yet finished. That's how I see this card. That it is time to create something or finish whatever you began, because we have all the tools out. It looks like there's a drawer there. You know what? There's some ivy growing out of the drawer. So that means that maybe you haven't picked it up in a while. Ivy grows anywhere, right? And it grows for years and years. It's hard to kill. So I think that possibly for some of you, your purpose here is to create. I feel like you're supposed to create something in the month of October. Tell me what else we're talking about for Virgo, please. Relax and ponder. Oh, interesting. So the reading I just did with Capricorn actually came up with these two cards, but it was right here. All right, so in the middle of your month, you're about relaxation and reviewing things or thinking about things. Strength and freedom. So we have observe on the bottom of the deck. We have surrender. Okay. And heal. I think that you are surrendering to some sort of healing, as it were, here through the month of October. It's because of something that you've been observing. So someone or something that you've been watching that is causing you to want to surrender. And I mean, surrender the energy to the universe. It's like you get into sometimes we can get into places where there's just too much energy and I don't know what to do and I'm feeling overwhelmed. What do I do? It's always good to surrender. Like, just give it to the universe. Look, just take it back, please. It's too heavy for me. I need help I feel like you are trying to heal yourself in the month of October here. We have empathy and remember. It's like you're thinking about a time when someone else was really kind to you, showed you empathy. And I think that maybe you've watched someone in your life. It could be a parent or an aunt or an uncle, somebody who you observed in the surrender. I feel like you're an empath, my sweetheart. I feel like you are. Remember who you were, who you used to be. What was the word? Illuminate and remember. It's like you're supposed to remember something from the past, who you used to be. I feel like this happens in the surrender. When you decide that you're just going to give it back to the universe and say, look, I don't know what to do with this. I'm just going to surrender a person, place, or thing, a job. I'm just going to surrender it back to you, and you can tell me what I'm supposed to do with it. All right. Let's look at it here for Virgo for the month of October, please. Tell me about purpose. We're using Steampunk Tarot, by the way. So tell me about the purpose. Tell me about Virgo's purpose in the month of October, please. So the purpose is for you to start to shut things down. I want to say it's time to start closing doors, Virgo. It's time for you to put yourself at the front of the line, my friend, and it's time for you to put people behind the door that no longer have a function in your life. I really do feel that this is such a game changer. The World card means you're strong enough or you're willing to close a door, slam it shut, and never go back there. You've learned the lesson. Things have come full circle. You see the situation for what it is now. I feel like this purpose here is about learning lessons, realizing the lessons, and to put the lock on the door so you don't have to go through that cycle again, ever. Or that chapter again. It's like a lesson learned. It's like when you touch the stove, I'll never do that again. Yeah. Got create. I feel as though this has created a bit of a block for you, is what I want to say. And I want to say also that I feel that if you are about to unleash some sort of creative energy or finish something you started, I feel like that's something that you've been thinking about over this last full moon. So the last couple of days. I was just looking out my window here. I have a window right here. And right through my sheer curtain here, I can see the moon that's almost full, right? So I'm looking at this full moon here. I want to say that I feel like you are about to make a decision, a hard decision to close a chapter, because it's time for you to carry on with your purpose. And I think that the decision is going to be hard. What I want to say is if you're having a hard time making a decision about anything, it's always good to create. Look, if you're a person who maybe loves to whittle, maybe you like to whittle. Maybe you're someone who likes to play with clay. Maybe you like acrylic paints or something. Though all of those things are really great for people who just cannot sit in the position, right? Sitting there trying to meditate. Some people just cannot do it. And so a really great way to get into meditation is by taking up some sort of creative activity, walking while you're listening to music, or whatever the creative activity is. It could be something you're doing like painting or something like that. But I feel as though you're going to be able to work things out in your mind as you're in meditation while you create. So I think that's why create is here, because you have a decision to make that is really hard. It's to close the door permanently on something. Because I think you have a bigger purpose or another purpose, that it's time to move forward. And really, this, depending on how long it takes you to make this decision, you could end up a famous painter by then, because you're my Earth cousin, I'm a Taurus sun. And you do move at things slowly, Virgo, because you want all the details. You don't want to have to go back on whatever it is that you were thinking about or talking about with another. You just want to make the decision, and you're going to go at it slow. Yeah. But I think the Two of Swords is helping you with that, because I feel like right now is not the time to make that decision. At least not at the beginning of the month anyway. We have relax. I think you're an overthinker. It feels like you have broken sleep patterns, or you're having a hard time, because I think that ponder comes up when you're trying to relax. I'm thinking of one of my very favorite movies, which is Eat, Pray, Love, and she's in the temple, the ashram temple in India, and she is sitting there, and there's like 4 other people or 5 other people in the room who are meditating as well. There's a timer on the wall, and it's like she's going through all these things in her mind. You can hear her thoughts, and she's got a fly lands on her, and she's trying to push it away, and then she thinks about trying to maybe I should redo that room, and before you know it, she looks up and 1 minute has passed. I want to say that this is what you're going through. That's what it feels like. It feels like you need to relax. You need to relax the mind. It's time to stop worrying. The Nine of Swords is where you can actually put it down, Virgo, that you don't have to overthink it. Look, I know it's telling It's like telling a bee not to fly. I know. The thing is that you're always going to, because you're so highly critical of self and always going over the self, I feel like there is something here that you just can't stop thinking about on a loop. I think it's a communication, or I am looking, like as I touch this, Charlie showed me 8 swords and then 1 sword. So it feels like there is like something that you're thinking about on a loop because you want to say something, Ace of Swords. Or because you already had that conversation and it was tough. And maybe you're having a hard time processing whatever the communication was. Look, you need to relax the mind. That's why I was talking about meditation. You need to find some sort of creative outlet in order to let your mind relax. I mean, if that means you're watching reality TV, whatever it is that'll relax the mind, something that's mindless, that you don't really have to think about or listen to in order, but it might be something that's in the background, but let your mind relax. We have the Hierophant here and ponder. So I want to say that it's, you've always been an overthinker, I feel, and it feels like sometimes you just cannot stop thinking about a certain thing. I want to say this is something that has been instilled in you as a child. I want to say that you were a worrier from the beginning because you probably had a lot of swords around you, maybe arguments and fights and things like that. Or just some chaos, right? Swords are chaos at night. So maybe you grew up in a household that erupted at night because of substance abuses or something like that. Look, I feel like it's really hard for you to change, Virgo. It's like you're pondering, right? You're pondering, but the Hierophant is someone who's very traditional, someone who does not veer from a certain path because someone told them so. It's someone who's following a doctrine, a book of someone else's. They wrote things down, and now, it feels like you're pondering, how can I be a little more free with the way that I think? Or how can I break out of this role of indoctrination? Yeah. And it might be, it's really a message to relax the mind. Relax the mind, pondering on the Hierophant. You could be thinking about a Taurus. It doesn't have to be, but the Hierophant is also the spiritual teacher, but also represents things that are immovable, very stubborn. I'm not going to think your way. I don't really have the capacity to change my mind. I'm just thinking about this one thing. I believe this. If you don't believe this, too bad. Like it's being stuck in some energy here. So I think the pondering has you stuck. I think you'll be there for a bit, thinking about what you want to do next. Whose doctrine do you want to follow? Do you want to open your own church, or are you going to follow the one down the street? Like, I think those are legit concerns as your head hits the pillow here. And I feel like the reason that we're seeing the 9 of Swords is because of the world. I think that once you do decide to close a chapter here, it's going to stress you out. Yeah, but I think that it was too rigid. I think that whatever the situation is, whether it's a job or a relationship or whatever it is, it's too rigid, and it's too hard for you to continue to follow that way, because it's giving you stress. It's stressing you out. We have the Strength card, which comes up as the Queen of Cups. You might find strength in your mother or your grandmother, someone who loves you a lot. By the end of the month, strength is freedom, my friend. Courage. Courage to love again. Courage to show somebody your emotions. And we have the King of Wands taking action on the freedom. Inspired action. It feels like you're trying to find the strength to love again, or to feel your feelings, feel them really deeply. I want to say that, the King of Wands always strikes me as a bit of a badass, as the Queen of Wands does, because this person, the reason that they're the king is they sit on the throne because in spite of everything that went on in the past. And I think that's you, that you've been through a lot of really hard days, a lot of really hard times. And I feel as though the freedom is the freedom to choose to take action on whatever your heart desires, whatever you're passionate about. Trying to find the strength to love deeply again, trying to find the strength to master your emotions. I don't think you want to live in impulsivity anymore. Freedom from the King of Wands, possibly. This could be a person, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. So could this, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. So that's why I was saying that possibly at the end of the month, you're talking to someone, maybe someone who is a family member, matriarch, mother, grandmother, somebody who's trying to, not explain to you, but trying to make you look at your situation with emotion. Because I think you're used to being strong, Virgo. I think you're used to going at everything with strength and courage. But I think there is a matriarch, someone who softens you. It's like a softer side. And we have the King of Wands here. So I feel that you're inspired to take action in your own life after being freed from this situation. That's the freedom. Now you are taking action, but it's inspired action, I feel. I want to say that whatever you've learned here, whatever you learn over the month, by the end of the month, I feel that it begins to, if it's been heavy, emotionally heavy, that it could start to dissipate. Strength and courage is here. We've got freedom and taking inspired action to be free. We've got the Magician. I love it. Look at that. You've got all the aces in hand, my friend. I love it. Here we go. We've got the Devil. You could be dealing with Capricorn or Aries. And it feels like, oh, geez. I feel like that there is something that is coming forward here. Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Your wish fulfillment is in the distance. The Magician and the Devil tells me that someone might be trying to manipulate you. Manipulation or fear of the freedom. It could be because the Magician is the one who is the captain of the ship, right? It's I can do anything I want. I can have anything I want. Knowing that you have this power as being the Magician, it could be a little fearful. It could be scary. It could be you're going out on your own after a really long time. And that's where you're going to find your happiness. All right. Let's clarify for you just a little bit, Virgo. So I think that the purpose of this month for you is going to be closing doors with people, with jobs, which things that no longer serve you, my friend. I feel like you're slamming the door, putting the wood slats over it and nailing in those nails. Yep, keeping the zombies out. Let them stay dead. You know, I mean that figuratively, right? Let those people who are not interested in watching you grow and learn, let it go, my friend. Yeah, close the door. Tell me about what's going on here. The purpose of October, I feel, for you is to close things. The world is here. Tell me more about that. Well, we had one on the floor. Hang on a second. There we go. All right, the Fool. I like it. So the Fool does come after the World card. The World card is the last card of the major arcana of the tarot. And it is closing chapters. And I believe that you're opening a new chapter here, my friend. And I really feel like somebody here is about to pick up some sort of creative activity or has one in the background that they haven't done for a while. That's going to be your meditation. It's going to help you out of this block here. We have the Four of Wands and the Fool. Look, you are going to create some really beautiful, loving things coming up. But I want to tell you that don't impulsively jump into more relationships, another relationship, because the Fool is here and it is a leap of faith, and the Four of Wands is here. Now, I think your leap, Virgo, for those of you who are thinking about maybe dating again or getting into another relationship, I think this could be for you here. The Four of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So I think that the beginning of October for you is going to be all about your stability, your mental stability, your home stability. I feel like you want to open a new chapter because this one is ending. Tell me what we've left behind. The Ace of Wands. Interesting. So no longer being impulsive, but really looking at things, sitting there and looking at them and thinking about them first. I think you're no longer going to be impulsive. I think you're done with the Ten of Swords and the Two of Cups for now. I feel like something here has ended for you possibly, or is going to end over the month of October. The Two of Cups is here with the Ten of Swords. It feels like a love situation comes to an end. And I feel like, Virgo, you're the one that ends up closing the door or disconnecting. The Ace of Wands is here, and it's with someone that you were in a physical relationship with, or someone that you saw yourself as taking this really beautiful and lovely Ace of Wands, like a new path and passion. This could be a relationship that began and closed really quickly. This could be a job that you were really passionate about at the beginning, and then you decided it's time to go. They're not treating me very well there. I don't love it anymore. So I feel like the end is the Ten of Swords. Then we've got the Two of Cups. I feel like over possibly the full moon as it's poking out here, I feel like you've been thinking about bringing some sort of a love situation to an end. Tell me about relax and ponder. We've got the Hanged Man. That is pondering. It is seeing it from another side, or another perception, or perception that's usually not your own. Seeing it from another side that you wouldn't normally see it as is what I meant about that. All right. Oops. Let's put. There we go. All right. We've got the World card and the Hanged Man. So it feels like this is coming to an end. This worrisome energy that you've been carrying, I feel like you're pondering taking your own path, and it's stressing you out a bit. That you're going to stop listening to whatever everyone else tells you, follow this path, do what I say, read my doctrine. I don't think you're up to that anymore. And we have the Ace of Cups. I think you're about to love in a way that you want to love. And I think with ponder here is that's what you're thinking about mid-month. That something has ended. Do I want to fall in love again? Do I want to take a traditional route this time? Do I want the commitment? Do I want to get married? It's like there's a lot on your mind mid-month. All right, let's see about the end of the month here. Tell me about strength and freedom. King of Swords. Somebody's giving you a talking to. I really do think that this Queen of Cups is the energy of somebody around you who has a predominantly feminine leaning energy, who is willing to help you heal. This person is a healer. They're a lover, usually a mother, a doter, somebody who is always healing the people around them, showing them love. This person is kind of psychic too. So this person could be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. We have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords is about, look, I got something to say. Yeah, I feel like you're going to get a talking to from someone who really loves you, and I feel like their talk is going to result in you feeling more courageous or having more strength. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Okay. There are two people here, I feel, and you might be at odds with this person. Like, it feels like this person is saying things lovingly. The King of Swords is very honest and is the person who makes the decision that's best for everyone involved. So it could be someone who is a lawyer, or someone who has spoken on your behalf before, or feels comfortable to speak on your behalf. And I want to say that this person's idea of their kind of pep talk isn't going to be met well by you. I'm going to say at first you're going to be very defensive, kind of rude. I want to say that this person is, I feel like they could be a parent, because we have the King and the Queen of Swords opposing each other here, and the Queen of Swords is in the reverse. So I think that this talking to that you're going to get by someone who loves you a lot is going to send you into the future to do inspired, to do things that keep your heart aflame. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this person's going to encourage you to begin again. Yeah, I feel like they are a mother. They're going to encourage you to not be impulsive, but to find a direction and go that direction. Follow the passions of your heart. Do it in a responsible way. I feel like I feel like that this person is someone who is in your life that you have an opposing view of, with, I should say, that the way they think isn't necessarily the way that you think, and sometimes you guys get in a kerfuffle about it. So that does tell me it's someone that's known you for a length of time. So someone who loves you a lot. It feels like a family member to me. And this person is going to talk you into enough courage so you can take inspired action, because I think it's time for you to begin again, my friend. All right. We have the bottom of the deck, which is the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. I feel like there is some happiness coming in some type of partnership that's going to give you some stability. And the Knight of Wands is here. So I feel it comes quickly. There is a Nine of Cups here, right? We have wish fulfillment coming here, but it's been taking a very long time for you. I'm going to say that whenever this is over, I feel like there is going to be a time of healing or pondering. I feel in that time you might meet a friend. And this friend is someone who it has a good life, is very positive. This person has all the things that they need in their life. I feel like they're on your team, you'll be on their team. And this person, I think, is somebody who's going to help you open up a little bit, Virgo. I feel like the Knight of Wands is here, and so is the moon energy. What you don't see is that this person is really, really attracted to you. Yeah. And they see you as very mysterious. I feel like this person wants to get to know you. It could end up in a long-term relationship if you want it, but understand that I don't really know how far in the future that is. It could be this month, but maybe it's longer than that. All right. I'm going to leave this here. It looks like you have some sort of a partnership, somebody who's friendly and wants to be on your team that is in the future. And they have the Nine of Cups with them, and the Nine of Cups is right here. So I feel like you are going to be meeting someone after a long while. All right. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you so much. And I will be back, of course, Virgo, with the sneak peek for the week. And you will have, of course, another reading for the month of November. All right. I'm out. Love you guys. Bye-bye.